Crown Prince Haakon of Norway participates in the 2023 Cycle to Work campaign in Oslo. Members of the royal family of Jordan spend the day in the Jirash Governorate. King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain welcome the President of Colombia to Madrid. And King Charles III and Queen Camilla of the United Kingdom host a garden party in London. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Well, good evening everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Alexandra, and this is your Royal Daily News for May 3rd, 2023. In London, Their Majesties King Charles III and Queen Camilla of the United Kingdom hosted a garden party at Buckingham Palace. This is His Majesty the King's first garden party since becoming monarch. Accompanying Their Majesties this afternoon were Their Royal Highnesses the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent, and Their Royal Highnesses the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester. Every year, 3 garden parties take place in the gardens at Buckingham Palace, as well as one at the Palace of Holyrood House in Edinburgh. According to Buckingham Palace, quote, historically, garden parties took the place of presentation parties attended by debutantes and have evolved into a way of recognizing and rewarding public service, end quote. This year, the King's garden parties will take place on May 3rd and 9th at Buckingham Palace. On July 4th, a garden party will be held at the Palace of Holyrood House in Edinburgh. According to a press release, this afternoon's garden party will, quote, celebrate the coronation and with support from Her Majesty the Queen Consort, the Royal Voluntary Service launched a Coronation Champions Award in February 2023 to recognize exceptional volunteers from across the country. 500 volunteers selected as the nation's coronation champions are being invited to attend one of the official coronation celebrations, with many being invited to a coronation garden party, end quote. Prior to the garden party, His Majesty the King held an audience with the new Prime Minister of New Zealand, Chris Hipkins, at Buckingham Palace. In central London, Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal, as Colonel of the Blues and Royals, Royal Horse Guards and 1st Dragoons, arrived at Wellington Barracks this morning to meet with officers and senior non-commissioned officers of the Household Division who will participate in the coronation on Saturday, May 6th. Meanwhile, Buckingham Palace announced that Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal and Vice Admiral Sir Timothy Lawrence will attend a big lunch and community street party on Sunday in Swindon as part of the coronation weekend celebrations. This morning, Kensington Palace announced that Their Royal Highnesses the Prince and Princess of Wales will visit the Dog and Duck pub in Soho on Thursday to hear how it's preparing for the coronation weekend from members of staff. The royal couple will also meet with representatives from other hospitality and recreation businesses in the Soho area. The Dog and Duck pub is a part of the Nicholson's Group, which owns several pubs across the UK, and this year celebrates its 150th anniversary. Over the coronation weekend, the collection of pubs will be hosting a number of events to celebrate. The press release goes on to note, quote, upon leaving the Dog and Duck pub, the Prince and Princess will spend some time meeting members of the public gathered outside on Frith Street, end quote. In Madrid, Their Majesties King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain welcomed the President of the Republic of Colombia, Gustavo Francisco Petro, and the First Lady Veronica to Palacio Real de Madrid this morning. President Petro and the First Lady are on a 2-day state visit to Spain to strengthen bilateral ties between the two countries. After the national anthems were played and a 21-cannon salute, His Majesty the King and the President reviewed the Honors Battalion of the Royal Guard. Then, Their Majesties, the President and the First Lady watched a parade of the Royal Guard. Thereafter, Their Majesties ushered the President and the First Lady, along with their delegation, into the Palacio for a reception. In the afternoon, His Majesty the King held a private meeting with President Petro and his delegation at Palacio de la Zarzuela. Thereafter, a luncheon was held in honor of the President and First Lady, as well as for their Colombian delegation. In the evening, Their Majesties hosted a gala state dinner in honor of the President and the First Lady's state visit to España. In Sharjah, His Highness Dr. Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, the ruler of Sharjah, opened the 14th annual Sharjah Children's Reading Festival held at the Sharjah Expo Center. Held under the theme Train Your Brain, the 12-day Sharjah Children's Reading Festival is the largest festival of its kind in the Middle East. According to a press release, the SCRF provides children and their families an opportunity to pick up the latest titles in children's literature from 93 Arab and 48 foreign publishers offering their latest works during the festival. Top participating countries in this edition include the United Kingdom, Syria, Jordan, Egypt, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, the United States, Australia, India, Pakistan, Algeria, and Iraq. This year's festival will also feature 946 events and 136 theatrical shows and performances, including a diverse range of workshops for children covering arts, sports, science, and technology. Meanwhile, His Majesty King Abdullah II of Jordan and His Royal Highness Crown Prince Al Hussein bin Abdullah II of Jordan spent the day in the Jerash Governorate. The day began in the Jerash Visitor Center, where His Majesty the King and the Crown Prince toured a bazaar showcasing products by the local community and an archaeological exhibition, with His Majesty the King highlighting the need to support local tourism products inside archaeological sites. During the visit, the Minister of Tourism informed His Majesty of the plan to develop tourism in Jerash based on 4 pillars of improving services, site administration, tourism products and experiences, and extending visitors' stay. The minister noted that the first pillar includes rehabilitating roads leading to tourism and archaeological sites, developing the Ottoman building located within the tourism site, rehabilitating the Bet Souf, improving cleanliness levels, enhancing instruction signs, and addressing traffic issues. Prior to noon, His Majesty the King laid the first foundation stone for an archaeological restoration center affiliated with the Al-Baqwa Applied University's Jerash Technical College. Later in the afternoon, His Majesty the King and the Crown Prince met with community leaders and elders in the Jerash Governorate. During the meeting, His Majesty the King, quote, reaffirmed moving forward with the 3 modernization tracks, stressing that there is no going back on political, administrative, and economic reforms. End quote. His Majesty the King also noted that it is everyone's responsibility to support these reforms and to work as a team on implementation. He also highlighted the importance of cooperation among all institutions to serve Jerash Governorate and the local community. Describing Jerash as among the world's most beautiful places, His Majesty the King said that Jordan's tourism numbers are improving as reflected in the increase in number of visitors. Moreover, further support is needed to capitalize on the governorate's potential in tourism and agriculture. In Abu Dhabi, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the ruler of Abu Dhabi, held an audience this morning with the Vice President of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, Phuoc An Duan, at Al Watan Palace. Discussions focused on strengthening ties between the United Arab Emirates and Vietnam. In Port Hercule, His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco attended the launch of the What's Left expedition held at the Yacht Club de Monaco Marina. The Sovereign Prince wished a farewell and safe travels to Swiss-South African sailor Mike Horn as he cast off aboard his icebreaker sailing boat, Pangaea, escorted by a flotilla of young sailors from the Yacht Club de Monaco for another 4-year around-the-world expedition entitled What's Left. According to a press release, the What's Left expedition will revisit various iconic places that marked Mr. Horn's sailing career, as well as locations he has yet to visit. According to a press release, the purpose of the exhibition is to, quote, take stock of the state of the planet, become the spokesperson, and involve the public in his adventure, end quote. In Luxembourg City, His Royal Highness Prince Louis of Luxembourg, representing the Grand Duke and Grand Duchess Foundation, was a guest lecturer this morning at the University of Luxembourg's Bachelor of Science Psychology course on language and cognition. During today's event, the Prince and single dad of two spoke about his, quote, personal experience about being dyslexic, end quote. In Copenhagen, Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Mary of Denmark presented scholarships this morning from the Crown Princess Mary Scholarship held at the University of Copenhagen. Established in 2004 in connection with the Crown Prince couple's wedding on May 14th, the Crown Princess Mary Scholarship is awarded each year to two students from the University of Copenhagen's Australian partner universities in connection with their stay in Denmark. This year's scholarship recipients were Miss Aaliyah Neely from the Australian National University and Mr. Joe Wills from Monash University. In Oslo, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Haakon of Norway participated in the 2023 Cycle to Work, a month-long campaign organized by the Norwegian Business Sports Confederation. It is estimated that over 40,000 individuals will participate in the 2023 Cycle to Work. This morning, the Crown Prince cycled 35 km from his home Skaugum to the Royal Palace in Oslo, which took him little over an hour. Upon his arrival, the Crown Prince stated, quote, I took it quietly and calmly, and it was good cycling weather, end quote. According to the Norwegian Royal Court, for the last 3 kilometers, the Crown Prince was accompanied by 3 representatives from the Norwegian Business Sports Confederation. After the ride, the Crown Prince served drinks and a bunch of fruit to his fellow cyclists and thanked them for the trip. And finally, last evening in Stockholm, Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden presided over the presentation of the Astrid Lindgren Memorial Award held at the Stockholm Concert Hall. Established in 2002, the Astrid Lindgren Memorial Award is presented annually to a person or organization that contributes to the importance of literature for children and young adults worldwide. The winner of the 2023 Astrid Lindgren Memorial Award went to American author Miss Laurie Anderson. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow on Thursday, May 4th, with all the latest royal news. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful evening and a great day tomorrow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, take care, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.